Yo, S4J about to hit you guys with some TCGO really quickly, man. Yo, I figured that this upload would be most appropriate since tomorrow is the pre-release for the next Destiny's expansion pack for the Pokemon TCGO. I'm going with Magnitude, Moody Pawns, Super Blah, Nick is attending also. I think the Butterfreak is also attending, and some other people I probably even know myself because I live in the area. I'm like 20 minutes away, literally, from where the event is going to be held. So, this is my Fire Water deck that I haven't played with in a long period of time. So I figured, like, hey, it's just been sitting there. I'm just been so focused on the Chandelure Metagross. I love that deck. I'm so sorry, So I just decided, hey, let's just switch it up a little bit for the viewers. So here we are, right? And I figured like I'm gonna lead off with the Vulpix instead of leading off with the Cyndaquil because Cyndaquil is more important. Grab my energies when I'm able to evolve it fully into a Typhlosion Prime. So I do have a Pokemon that I can communicate out as well as the Pokemon communication itself. Decide to communicate out into a Cleffa as opposed to keeping the Ninetales. Say, hey, why would you do that? You have the Ninetales. Next turn you could draw into 3 cards. Well, I do have the Professor Oak in my hand, so maybe I could draw into another basic or something like that. I could probably have set up on the field and then the next preceding turns probably work on evolving my guys in the bench, more so specifically. So I get a ice cream cone, which is the Vanillite, attach a water energy onto that. Thinking about playing a secondary Cleffa, but then now that doesn't necessarily leave room for me to have like a Reshiram and another Typhlosion Prime to expedite things later on when I have more things set up on my side of the bench. But, I'm like, okay, I decided to take it back, and it might also help for, junk on fodder, because once I am set up, there won't necessarily be any need for Cleffa, as opposed to maybe initial switch-ins, and then afterwards deciding what I want to do, and then probably switch right back out. Or something like that, But the Cleffa's significance will die down within when I'm able to set up a little bit more. He gets a great ball, goes into Conkledurr, so I know he has full evolutions there. I did run into a deck recently that didn't have the full evolutions to the Timber. It ran Timber, but it only had Timber and Girder. It was actually pretty funny. So I decided not to post that. I was like, he could have done a little bit better than that. So whatever. Evolve my Vulpix into a Ninetales, which is great. I'm able to get a 3 more cards because of its ability, which allows me to discard a fire energy from my hand, draw 3 cards out from my deck, and then afterwards, when I have Typhlosion Prime set up, I could use the energies, the same energies that I just discarded, and attach them to my Pokemon to the bench and or my active Pokemon at the moment. Perfect for Reshirams that I have out currently, actually. I'm gonna pecan out into the Quilava. I was thinking about actually pecaning out into Vanillish, but I'm like, okay, the whole ideology of this deck is to have Typhlosion Prime set up as fast as possible, man. I wish I had like a red candy at the moment. I was holding one. I do have 2 in this deck, but I wish I was like holding one right now in my hand. So I'm just gonna discard a fire energy, draw into 3 energies, which is great because I get to discard and attach at the same turn. Before I'm able to use Cleffa's ability to shuffle out my hand, and then afterwards get 5 more cards, increasing my options or whatever like that. So I get 3 more energies, a Quilava and a Vanillish. I was thinking about maybe I should probably, if I get a pecan or something like that, hold on to one of the Pokemon that I have in my hand and then get Typhlosion Prime right away, ignoring the secondary Cyndaquil that I have in my bench. I'm also thinking like maybe it'll be also good to set up another Cyndaquil so I have 2 Typhlosion Primes as opposed to 1, so I can attach 2 fire energies every turn. Since I'm also discarding 1 fire energy every turn with Ninetales, I won't be able to recover all the fire energies in time in order for me to like set up Reshiram and things like that. So it won't be as fast as it sounds, and that's kind of bad. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play Pokemon Collector, only get Reshiram at the moment. Actually, I should have actually got more so I can dwindle down my options of what I would draw potentially with like Ninetales and things like that. But I was eager to get that Reshiram, so excuse my hastiness there. Evolve. I decided to evolve the Cyndaquil that I have in my bench, thinking I won't necessarily wake up the next turn. I decide to save the switch that I have in my hand for later on, but unfortunately that doesn't happen. I can only pray that he doesn't have another energy in his hand in order to finish off the Cleffa that I have out in the field. But I forget that he has the Conkledurr. He had that like 2 turns ago, thanks to the Great Ball, able to easily take out my Cleffa. And I'm just going to switch out into my Reshiram. If he attacks it, he potentially increases this outrage damage output. I draw into a Jonkon, which is like, yes, yes, the parry. That's kind of what I felt, Seriously, I was like the M. Bison meme. Yes, Yes! Seriously. Anyway, I drew 3 more cards, drawn to another Junkon, which is hella funny, right? So I'm like, okay, I could probably pecan out the vanilla that I have in my hand and then get a Typhlosion Prime. That's why I was getting a little bit excited, getting a little bit ahead of myself. I make a foolish new mistake and discard the very Pokemon that I needed to pecan out in order to get the Typhlosion Prime for my deck. So I was like, no! Oh, God! An orgasm moment turned to a turn off. Seriously. What? Wow, 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 wow. But it's not like I could like finish off the Conqueror right away. It does have 140 HP, but you know, it's alright. I have another Fire Energy in my hand. I could probably draw into another one or something like that, even if I do decide to discard the Fire Energy that I already have in my deck. I'm sorry, in my hand for 3 more cards. He decides to catch her out. The what's it called? The Reshiram out for the Cleffavored, just in case I do have like the Typhlosion Prime, able to attach another energy. So in other words, what he did is he dwindled down my options, making me have to hope that, you know, he has to hope that I don't have a Fire Energy in my hand in order to dwindle down the remaining 120 HP that his Conkledurr has left over. But it doesn't even matter at this moment because I have like 3 Pokemon communications in my hand, not to mention me able to draw into a Pokemon that I can switch out for Typhlosion Prime, which enables me to get another Fire Energy from my graveyard, attaching on to my deck, in addition to attaching a Water Energy that I just drew into also onto the Vanilla, being able to set it up later on for Vanilla Lux when I later on get it. So that was actually a great play. I wish I could actually use this rare candy that I have in my hand. I was like, it sucks that I mean, I haven't had a battle just as yet that I've been able to use rare candy as of yet, because I have like 2, 3. I have, how many cards do I have that can use rare candy? Like maybe like 5, because I like, you know, 3 Cyndaquils and 6 3 Cyndaquils and 3 Vanillas. I could just rare candy out for the full evolution. I haven't been able to do that as of yet, but that kind of sucks. I kind of want to use it. That's what I have it in my deck for. But whatever. He decides to now work on the Purloin as well as attach the Terrakion. So I think that my opponent also was getting a little cocky too. He's like, ha, I got the Conkeldurr, man. Conkeldurr's a boss. I'm watching too much Shofu, man. But he's like, Conkeldurr's a boss, you know, seriously. So that's probably why he didn't even feel the need to set up anything on his back row or anything like that. So now drawn to a fully evolved Ice Cream Cone, able to evolve my Vanillish into a Vanillux, as well as have the Typhlosion Prime and the Ninetales. I'm looking sexy right now. All I really need is another Reshiram that probably is in my prize card zone that I said before. I'm gonna play the Switch, and I'm probably try to save my Reshiram for a little bit later on. Try to accumulate little damage counters on it with Typhlosion Prime's ability, and then afterwards, while I'm able to use Vanillish, he has like the immediate threat right there, the Vanillish right there, which can actually paralyze opponents if I get like any heads or something like that. I'm glad they fixed that thing, because before there was like a glitch where even if I flipped like a tails, it would be fully paralyzed anyway, and that was like what the fuck, seriously. But I'm just gonna play another Cyndaquil here, and I'll pecan out the Vulpix that I have in my hand. Actually, no, I'm just gonna junk arm into. I'm gonna junk arm these two, because like I said before earlier about Cleffa, is that now I feel like I'm set up, so I don't necessarily feel like I need Cleffa anymore. Junk arm for a what did I junk arm for? A switch. You know, just in case if anything happens later on, maybe we might have like a catch or something like that. I love having switches in my hand, man. He's like, oh, I can catch her out, and you gotta pay like 4 energies while I set up. Nah, son, I got that nice switcher. That switcher, yes. You thought you were setting up on me, you know. So that's kind of why I like that. But hey, I take back that earlier complaint that I said earlier about me not being able to use the rare candies because I drawn to another ice cream cone here. I could probably pecan out a Pokemon into another ice cream cone, the fully evolved form Vanillux, and then you know, rare candy that. I'll just be a completely blown head over heels. Awesome, you know, if I could be able to use a rare candy in this particular duel. So I draw into another Water Energy, decide to attach that onto the Vanillus that I have in my deck. On my bench, eager to, like, you know, draw into one Pokemon, just eager, man. Just decide to discard this. Come on, Pokemon. Yes, I got the Collector. That is perfect. So I'm able to get some basic Pokemon. I'm just gonna be able to pecan that out. Cyndaquil will suffice, obviously. Pecan that out for a Vanillux. And then afterwards use my red candy, son. Yeah, son, back in the old days, man. Red and blue, son. We red candy our Pokemon to level 100, man. Yeah, that's what we do, man. But anyway, I'm hella excited in order to use it. I don't know why. It's just, hey, I just have the card. I never got to use it, so whatever. Don't blame me. Sorry. So here comes the Terrakion. I'm like fully set up, man. What you gonna do against me, man? Oh my gosh. Decide to attach your energy onto Typhlosion Prime just in case of anything. He could probably catch her out into Typhlosion Prime or something like that. And then I'll be probably stuck with the Typhlosion Prime, unable to do something. So I don't want him like catching out and then afterwards being stuck. So I decided to attach one to Typhlosion Prime just in case he wants to catch her out next turn. Into the Typhlosion Prime itself, I could attach another one to Typhlosion Prime on the preceding turn and then switch right back out into Vanilluxe, dealing that super mega damage. But all this doesn't even matter because his Terrakion got fully paralyzed. I could take it out next turn with a Frost Breath attack. So that was definitely a great game. I'm thinking about being a douchebag and switching out my Pokemon and then playing Switch again to switch back into the Vanilluxe. But you know that's not fun. Don't taunt your opponent, ladies and gentlemen. So viewers, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. I'm biting on my tongue again. All right, so I definitely had a lot of fun and peace. Yeah. What you doing? All right. See you guys later. Bye.